Let's go.
Diabetes.
Coronavirus.
Bye, Felicia.
All week long.
I got Mikey with a laugh because of, ladies and gentlemen, Felicia Cox.
Hold on, I'm on the wrong show. Give me a minute. Walk over here.
Welcome. We got a case. We do this Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, by the way, at 1 o'clock East. A little late on Tuesdays and Thursdays because we got boy. We're here.
Felicia Cox with the asterisk.
Yes. I wonder what that means.
That means
Coxuses.
you can have her with or without the Cox.
Yes. So we're going to jump into this. We also got Reno up, which is quickly becoming one of our faves, actually. With you said it's a weird court, though.
Something called Therapeutic Court, which I had looked up, and it seems like, there's people with problems. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll give it a try. If it's terrible, we jump out of it. If it's good, it's okay. But yeah, it says therapeutic court programs. The court offers 3 programs that focus on assisting criminal defendants and parents with children in foster care system that may need additional mental and health issue treatment.
Well, that could be a little bit interesting. We'll jump over to Reno in just a minute. We'll start here in Texas with Tamika and Felicia Cox.
And hold my taxes until I can verify every year that I am no longer married to her, because I still carry his last name.
Does that matter? I thought you get divorced, no matter what your last name is.
Still in love. She loves the last name. That's why. Maybe that's the asterisk that she's not really a Cox anymore.
Formerly Cox. Maybe she can get the Cox removed. They're removed. The Cox is still there.
Judge, I asked if we'd be able to just do a temporary order in this case and try to find more income information for Mr. Cox.
I guess you're going to base that on the...
Judge doesn't have time. She's looking for her favorite hits.
Yes.
She's buying belt buckles on Amazon.
And do you have a breakdown of what it costs for just you to have insurance versus you and the child?
I do not, no ma'am.
Okay. When we have the final trial, if you can try to get that information and bring it with you, because usually, when we don't have that information, we just have the number. But most insurance companies charge more for the child than the employee. It just depends. But sometimes it's free for the employee and it's all attributable to the child. But if we don't know that, it all it just gets halved. So we can probably get you more reimbursement if we do that number, or at least a fair reimbursement.
I wish Mr. Cox was here to say something.
Right?
Nancy, good to see you.
Tamika way up in a nice high rise with very expensive seating.
Moving on up.
Except she's doing a lot of bouncing, though. There's a lot of bouncing. The judge's hair keeps disappearing. Kim just is filing complaints with HR.
Everywhere she's ever been in her entire life.
Yeah. She's just pissed about everything. She's never had a good meal ever at any restaurant she's ever went to.
I got somebody yelled at me in the comments the other day because I put that we had a Karen in court, and they're like, "How dare you defame an entire group of people by using that word?
Yes.
Why would you have to use that? Can't you come up with something different?"
Yes. And what was their name? Because we'll just start using that. Hey, Dave, thank you.
Yeah, if we're basing off of that unemployment of the $3,923.77 gross a month, with $180 of health insurance with just the child's portion.
Portion control is
we're
the
just
key
putting
to
that in there.
losing weight.
Fire captain. All right, they're boring talking about taxes and such over here. No, thank you. Let's jump to Reno. Where again, what is it?
Therapeutic court, Creed. That means a lot of different things. We'll see.
All right.
It means they put on jackets in the middle of court. This lady's very formal.
Bit nipply out. Oh, he wore a tux today. Rose did. Excuse me, she.
Got to look good, bud.
Rose has on a beautiful tux. I like that. 14th piece of the hour for Judge of his Nicorette.
In the courthouse today.
I like that. Oh, where are you going? Oh, sweatpants and a tuxedo. I like that. Boy, he just walked with authority, no?
He just forgot his dress shoes, Your Honor.
Maybe. Or they had it muted and something like that.
Creed, I hate to say there's any bias going on here, but look at the judge's last name and look at the other person. Donna and him have the same last name. Ballard.
There's no way that that Ballard and that Ballard is together.
Why can't we hear this, Creed? Why are they? I see his mic is the one that's on, but he's having the same problem we are. He can't hear them either. So he's going to get help to fix this.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, I think he's the IT guy today.
Charlie Podcast, good to see you.
I hope things are going to... Man, I watch that podcast sometimes, and I'm like, wow. I love the other guy that's on there with him. And they talk about some interesting subjects.
Yeah?
Say the least.
I like that.
Good times, good times.
So I think that Tuxedo Rose, she is the only one that can't. Yeah, you're right. Went to get some help. She went to get some help.
She says, if you look right here, right now, your microphone is on.
Did you see the person waving in the back?
Yeah, he's in a hospital, dude. Look, that's a hospital, right?
Yeah, she just walked by the door and she's like,
we're in some sort of jailhouse, mental hospital place.
Well, Vinny, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if and when we get to licking, 90% are not going to jail, even though they're already in jail.
Nope. Okay, he's closing the door.
Okay. All right. Might be getting closer to something. Maybe.
I don't know. He's still not hearing anything.
No.
And you can see he's highlighted, so that's where the sound's coming from. If we could hear them, they'd be highlighted. They have technical issues. Creed, this isn't live right now, so I can skip ahead. And like a boss, that's what we're going to do.
Great idea. Yeah, no, those launches and stuff, any of those, for some reason, they get taken down. I don't understand that, but they do.
Are we going to have technical issues all day here in this court? I mean, he's just listening to nothing. Literally.
Boy or
Okay.
girl?
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to be able to ask that judge.
And with all this, my dreams and my goals. In this process of my life, I've distanced myself from people who always have alcohol in their lives.
Uh-oh, getting heavy.
I have stopped going to places where there's alcohol. You have the support of your family, and you like going to places like AA. I'm trying to start exercising, trying to meditate, even though it's difficult for me. I try to live in the moment, have my mind relaxed, always positive and always focused on the main objective of staying sober.
Are we dealing with who's standing up there, you think?
I'm guessing so.
It's a good journal. Good journals. What tools have you learned here to stay sober?
Pues he aprendido, pues, sí,
What did he say? He said
I'm not sure. Can you write it down? Have the judge read it, please? You did a much better job.
he did a hell of a job.
Pues es algo que, como pues, mi familia, ahorita mi niña que ya nació, es un motivo más importante para mí.
The most important motive for me to.
Oh, he's speaking Italian, Mike.
Uh,
He's a translator.
Maybe we should jump ahead some more then.
How'd it
What do you
go?
think?
How's your wife doing?
Está feliz, está contenta.
She's content, she's happy.
Wow, Judge. He's got
Boy or
carnal
girl?
knowledge of his wife.
Niña.
Baby girl. I knew that. Okay.
Your wife
good for
still
you.
talk about me about that one night,
You
you
say
know?
you are seeing a better life, which includes goals and dreams.
Speaking of goals, membership. Think about joining. It's a great thing. Angela did the right thing. Goals and dreams.
Look at that
Coming
picture,
true.
man. Angela, is that new pic?
I mean, that one's like a full body shot. That's what you ask for if you're planning on meeting somebody.
Hey now.
What are those goals and dreams?
Pues mis metas sus personales es más importante que las que no para la.
Yes. See.
The personal goal is more important than finance goal.
Pues estar bien con mi familia, con mi esposa y mis hijos.
To be
To
a
be a
good
MMA
relationship with
fighter.
my family and my kids.
Pero también tengo metas
Wife did laundry last night.
económicas, metas que son materiales.
But I also have goals
See, too.
that are material goals.
Is
Bathroom.
that a bathroom?
Close the door.
Pues son en segundo término, pero pues son
well.
también para
This is about to get interesting.
realizarlas.
That's the second level, but they're important also for me to get to those goals.
Why is it hard to meditate?
Porque,
Eh,
pues,
eh.
pues ahora tengo como
It's like, okay, nobody else thinks that's funny. I'm going to laugh at myself.
en la cabeza.
We're seeing a different side of this judge today. I've never seen the judge smile ever.
No kidding. I mean, it's been quite a few days without even as much of a smile. Angela's full body shot. Thank you, Flusha.
En problemas ¿verdad? Con la familia.
And hard to concentrate sometimes.
Oh, I don't know. Our guy, I can't hear a word he's saying.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying at all.
Yeah.
We're going to jump ahead because apparently this guy's doing great.
I think when we talked about,
I really want to see what Rose has to say, to be honest with you.
So we have to.
Who's she?
Well, I hate to tell you this.
I showed that she was.
I think that they're just talking to him now,
I'll see you tomorrow.
or they
I'll call
just
you.
finished.
Okay.
Who that?
Uh,
Is that his wife?
All right, so that was live.
see you later,
Bye.
buddy.
I'll see
Good
you
job.
later.
Proud of you. Man. I know she can see. He can.
Who that thick white girl?
Is this
Damn,
what
you
we
got
just
to
watched, or is he
consider-
going back in the bathroom again?
What is he doing?
How
there
many
to get
kids?
business? Is he crying? He is crying. Oh my God, how emotional.
And the other one.
My daughter, she's
Oh my God. All right. She a good girl.
She's a great girl. She is so amazing. She is one of my biggest supports too. God brought, to me that setback of realizing how bad I was and seeing how much she still loved me then and how much more she loves me now.
Boy, he is really. She Rose is very
What are you
invested.
learning
in
in therapy?
Love that.
A lot of times it's just a lot of editing. But it's really, really nice to have somebody that's too many people to talk to because it's a lot of my personal life and like the constant bickering with my boyfriend and him and my dad are really good friends. My dad's all I got too. So I can't really talk to my boyfriend about it. But if I talk to my dad about it, then it gets him involved. And it's just really nice to have somebody to talk to. Group was fun last week. I'm looking forward to going to them. It's nice that we did like a few minutes of like meditation.
Sounds good.
That was.
Meditation's a pain in the butt. I've tried it. It's not. easy.
I even tried to.
According to Howard Stern, it's amazing.
Transdental.
And that's before we were getting ready to go to bed.
Hey, me and that guy both use Carmex.
I was frustrated. All right, but not for everything. My bad. You don't have to.
So what you, how many people in group?
All right, no offense to her. I'm glad if she's getting sober. I want to get to him and move on.
I do too, because we got Travis County waiting.
God. New judge in James. Come on up here.
New judge, I think they said.
Oh,
Are we ever going to get to see anything of Rose? That's the question.
oh, here comes his wife. I bet. Oh, he's gonna cry. Give her-
All right. What's the story behind the outfit?
Hi there.
Can you hear us?
Wow, look at the way she swipes. Holy shit.
Can you hear us?
Oh, he's muted after all this time.
Mute. Doesn't know what I'm saying.
Is that his lover?
You're on mute. Am I on mute, Martha? No, I'm not.
No.
Her shirt says hashtag those.
You're still on mute.
They're killing our
Still
special.
on
moment.
mute.
How about now?
Yeah. What's the story behind the outfit?
Hey,
I see it. I see it. Believe me, I can see it. How you doing?
That's
I'm
not
good.
the suit you're wearing to the wedding.
Are they?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Once again, what's the story behind the outfit?
Is he going to propose?
What's up, babe?
Hi.
All right. How are we doing? What are we learning?
I'm doing good. Today is my last day.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. You,
I saw that I had some boobs right next to
where are you going to go after today? Where are you going after today?
No, I'm going home after this.
I thought that
Okay.
for a second too, Hector.
And then after what I want you to do as soon as you get out is I want you to come in and see Ray Little as far as your continued treatment is concerned.
When you want me to come in Tuesday?
I guess so, Tuesday. Yeah. Do we still have a scram on?
He's supposed to get on the scrum for 120
Okay. You're getting out tomorrow. Okay, when you come back, when you get out next week, you need to come in, talk to Ray Little, and also get the scram for your ankle.
Okay, wait a minute. I can't hear you. Say that again.
Okay. When you get out next week,
No, I get out tomorrow.
I'm sorry, you get out tomorrow, what you're going to do, we're closed on Monday because of Labor Day. You'll come in on Tuesday, you'll get a scram bracelet around or anklet around your ankle, and I want you to talk to Ray Little about your continued treatment.
I already got an ankle monitor.
Hold on a second, what's that?
I can get that scram bracelet arranged for tomorrow.
Okay, we're gonna get the scram bracelet arranged for tomorrow when you get out.
His woman is so in love
You
with
have a
him, by
scram
the way.
bracelet on
Yeah,
your
the way
ankle?
she's looking at
Yeah, I
him.
already
Yeah.
got one on.
Okay, well,
Oh, she
good.
is
Then
just
that takes
in
care of
love.
that.
It's like
Next
stars and
Tuesday,
hearts.
come in and
over-
see Ray Little in order to set up for your counseling and all the other obligations.
Okay.
All right. Irma, anything to say?
Irma. Great name.
So congratulations on your almost completion of your stay there. Very good, Corey. And not only did you complete it, it appears that you completed it with honor. Based on all the things you showed us last time. So I look forward to seeing you here next week, Corey, and I look forward to see your journey moving forward. I think it's going to be a very amazing ride for all of us. But you look good, and thank you for putting in all this hard work.
Okay.
Kathy?
Okay, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I'm really proud of you, what you've done in the program. And the judge always calls me the cheerleader, so yeah.
And the big
I am so
swiper.
excited on what you're gonna be doing and the progress that you're gonna be making. I'm so glad that you had that time and vitality to get a good start at what you're doing. And we're all here for you. We're your team. And we're just looking forward to your continued success, Corey. Good job.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, does this woman have anything to say to you?
I am just proud of you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna eat you up.
Just go from here. Go from here, one day at a time.
One day at a time.
Yep. Love
Okay.
you.
So you
What
got
about
36
Corey
days.
outfit, he said.
You got 36 days sober. All right, good, Corey. We'll see you next week in court. Check in on Tuesday with Ray Little as far as your
Okay.
counseling and what you're gonna do, and then let's just go full steam ahead.
Double D's,
Okay. I
baby.
see you Thursday with my award. I bring it
Good.
to you so you can see it.
Fabulous. Make sure you wear a different shirt.
All right.
All right, Corey. Anything else you want to say?
Okay. I'll see you later.
I'll see him tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'll call you.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Thank
you got it. That was a nice moment.
Don't ever let it be said we don't have a heart.
See you later, buddy.
I'll see
Good
you later.
job. Proud of you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
I'll see you in person next Thursday.
Fabulous. Thank you, Corey.
All right, and I
Thank
love
you.
this.
I appreciate
Bye,
it.
I love this because of seeing a whole different side of Coach
yeah.
Judge there too, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
Coach Judge, dealing with first appearances and stuff, he is just,
Completely different,
hard nosed,
to say the least. Speaking of, boy, they just cut that too. That was good timing.
Sus referencias y su historial en cuanto a comparecer en el juzgado, y
Given
cuando
direction.
yo lo llame por su nombre, le voy a decir cuál es su situación en cuanto a la fianza personal.
I have a feeling none of these
Qualify,
people-
you'll be released in the next few days.
Si usted califica, será puesto en
These
libertad
people
dentro de las próximas horas.
If you don't qualify, then you have 3 other ways to get out of jail.
Si no califica, entonces
Break
tiene
out.
3 otras maneras para salir de la cárcel.
Those 3 other
Die.
ways are you can hire a bail bondsman, you can hire a lawyer, or you can have someone come down to the jail with the full cash of the amount of the bond.
Esas 3 maneras son contratar a una agencia de fianzas o contratar a un abogado o conseguir que alguien traiga el monto completo de su fianza en efectivo acá a la cárcel.
If you hire a bail bondsman or a lawyer, it's between you and them, how much they charge and what they can do for you.
It's
Sorry,
up to you, Creed.
Had to take you over here to this.
That's all right. We're still as soon as we get done translating, we'll jump back over there. What?
For common pleas, I believe we're just waiting for court to happen, but
Okay, well, let's see what we got here. Why is that guy got his glasses on the back of his head like that? That's
that
really-
I'm not sure. That is a very weird way of wearing them. I've seen it before. He does have his hat off and on his knee, though. I'll give him that. He wore his good sneakers. He wore his good ripped up jeans. That's obviously his lady cousin right next to him.
I thought maybe those were sister wives.
Could be, possibly. I'm not even sure where we're at, actually.
Bringing sister wife number 1 up.
Okay,
Ooh,
she's got a tire just like Bishop.
She's had a
Whoa!
baby.
Look at this shot.
She had a baby.
Look at that American Eagle, baby. You see all that plexiglass? Oh my God.
There's been several attempts on his life.
22-01. Case number 22-0121, State of Ohio versus Sarah Workman, present on behalf of the state, Prosecutor Collins, Assistant Prosecutor King. On behalf of the defendants.
Thank you, Tiff. We love you.
And are you Sarah Workman?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Workman has
Do you work, Sarah?
entered a plea of guilty, in this case, to
Don't be an idiot. Don't call people idiots,
One.
Flusher. We learned that earlier. Keeps his son off the back of his neck.
excuse me, aggravated traffic.
Aggravated battery, Creed.
Hell yeah.
Court referred the matter for a pre-sentence investigation. I have received that report. Each of the attorneys had an opportunity to review a summary.
How many gavels does this guy have? Look at him. There's like 3 right there.
Swagger.
Your Honor, I haven't. I apologize. I just got over here. If I could approach, I don't know if
It depends on what kind of mood he's in, Creed.
Thank you, Power Stroke. Yes, $5 Thursday here on the channel. Thank you.
Something new we've started. Hopefully everybody will get him behind it. We'll see.
Yeah, that whole thing's just a bit much. Sorry if I'm talking weird or, I mean, I got a cough drop. I still with the cough.
Oh, I thought you had a thing in your mouth.
Yeah, they switch right into court right afterwards. Is she at a sideways desk?
Yeah.
Like, the judge isn't right there, right? The judge is like,
I think the
front of the pew.
The defendant is on the other side there. Why's the protector of the house, the bailiff, all the way in the back?
He has been exposed to COVID 5 times. That's why he's going to be in the last row of plexiglass.
All right. Anything from the state regarding sentencing?
Only what is contained in the plea agreement, Your Honor. There is restitution in this case to the task force. That would be $170, joint and several with Devontae Ames, and $180 on loan. Thank you.
Devontae.
Wagner?
Rocking the pink tie. I like it.
Likewise, Your Honor. Again, this is one of the situations where hopefully the court down the road will consider, again, I know it's been recommended, treatment after a period of time of incarceration. I have spoken to Ms. Sturgill in this matter. Hopefully have a bed available for her when the court, hopefully the court will grant the judicial, Your Honor. We're trying not to delay this process whatsoever. Again, she does take responsibility for her actions. If the court would allow us, I know it says 6 months to do the judicial file earlier than that, Your Honor. So she's about that mark after all the hearings have been set up and the court receives the pre-sentencing, which you already have, Your Honor.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he is.
Well, actually, I had to review that statute the other day. Statutorily, it has to be after 6 months incarceration. Motion can't be accepted by the court. And if I granted it, it'd be considered a nullity. And I don't know what that means other than.
Today's a very emotional, we got a case.
Yeah, pulling on heartstrings.
Have to be the 6 months. So.
I understand we'll have it ready that day.
And now she does get credit for any time.
Speaking of which, Phil needs a lover. He needs a lover.
That's a long time, Phil.
Now, Phil, you say partner. That means you're open to.
Anything further? Mr. Wagner?
Right?
Yes, Workman, anything you'd like to say?
In Jesus' name?
Workman's going to talk.
She's going to mumble, Mikey.
Well, Ms. Workman, you didn't have much of a record. You had a little bit of a record beforehand, but it was relatively minor. This is your first felony convictions, but unfortunately, you chose to get involved really deep, really quick. And the charges you were facing actually were mandatory prison terms of at least 2 years, with the possibility of those being extended by another 50%. And so, the state did give you, at least on the, I should say the first count was that. The other counts were all third-degree felonies. And you ended up pleading guilty to 2 third-degree felonies, which reduces that significantly on count one. So at this point, whether I grant you judicial release will depend upon what happens between now and then. And so you want to make sure that you do everything you're supposed to do and not run up a bunch of tickets or other violations while you're in the institution.
So in other words, stop breaking the law.
Judgment of court that you be sentenced on count 1 and count 3 to a term of 24 months in each count to be served consecutively to each other. Court finds that that's why he's recommendation jointly from the parties. Also, the offenses are 2 separate offenses committed as part of 2 separate courses of conduct, and the harm caused is such that one single sentence would not accurately reflect the seriousness of the offense and would demean the seriousness of the crime. Furthermore, the sentences are not disproportionate to the harms caused. The court finds you have 1 day of jail time credit at this point. May the 10th.
One on the books.
In there for 1 day. Now, upon completion of this sentence, the adult parole authority may, at their option, if you serve the entire sentence, put you under post-release control for a period of up to 2 years under the terms they set. And if during that period of time they determine that you have failed to comply, they can return you to prison and make you serve an additional period of up to 9 months for any one violation, up to a maximum of half of your prison term for all violations. However, if you are convicted of a new felony while under post-release, then an additional ever sentence judge in a new case can impose upon you. The judge could also sentence you for committing that offense while under post-release control in this case to an additional period of 1 year, whatever time is left on that post-release.
I'll look K. I'm not sure.
Whichever is greater, if that occurs, that must be served consecutively the sentence in the case. You're also ordered to make restitution to Highland County Task Force, the amount of $170 joint and severally with co-defendant Devontae Ames, and $180 singly on a separate charge that you were convicted of. That's to be paid through the Highland County Victim Witness West Restitution Escrow account, and you'll pay service. You're also ordered to pay the court cost, for which judge will grant execution's order. If you don't make payment arrangements on that, then the clerk can collect that through various means, including the levying of bank accounts, wages, earnings, or other assets you may have. If that doesn't collect it, then once you get out of prison, not while you're in prison, but once you get
Very
out,
thorough about
court,
these.
could allow you to do community service in this county and give you credit for each hour you worked in and out of the rate set by the court. Each hour you work will reduce your judgment by that amount until paid in full. All right. Is there anything further, counsel?
The mandatory fine was not
Oh,
addressed.
yeah. Are you been any change in your financial circumstances since you were arraigned and had Mr.
Did you win the
Wagner
lottery?
represent you? Oh, you're employed? All right.
Yes, but we're still, yes.
Okay.
Not
Was
that we're
employed.
but yes, I am employed, Your Honor.
All right. Then the court will impose a mandatory fine then of $5,000 in each account. Woo! All right. Anything further, counsel?
Anthony, this one is live. They're locking her up. I want to see her get locked up. Come on. Change the camera. Guys in the truck, we need the camera switch, please.
Ounce Creed. So 10 grand. 10 grand in fines.
Okay.
That's
10
why I was crying.
big ones.
They all knew she was going locked up, taken down. Damn.
Got to. I see they're all hugging and stuff with the reflection there.
It's pretty heavy.
That's very heavy. 2 years, man.
Well, 1 year and 360 something days. So there was one day.
Ooh. He's blowing her kisses. Oh my God. All right, what'd this lady do?
Oh,
Look, there
there's
you go.
All right.
There you
she
go.
got hot time.
160 State Ohio versus Shannon Lane Rhodey. We're back on record. The defendant is charged with aggravated trafficking of methamphetamine in the vicinity of a school zone and aggravated possession of methamphetamine.
Trafficking in a school.
Felony. Matter is set for trial September the 19th. It's the final pretrial. Court has been presented with a plea of guilty form, which indicates that you're going to withdraw your not guilty plea and plead guilty to the charge of aggravated trafficking of methamphetamine in the vicinity of a school zone, a third-degree felony under 2925.03A1 of the revised code. The form is 3 pages long, Ms. Rhodey. On the third page, there's a sentence that says, "I enter this plea voluntarily," and underneath that, there's a signature. Appears to be Shannon Rhodey. Is that your signature I'm looking at here on this form? Yes. Did you just sign this document?
Yeah, Shelley, it's so much that
Did you go over
it's
with your attorney
trafficking.
before you
too.
signed it? And did you understand when you signed it that it's
Extra
severe
charges,
plea,
by the way.
which means there won't be a trial, and the next step in your case will be a sentencing hearing? Okay. Deputy Thompson, go ahead and go. Thank you. Now, do you think you had enough time to fully consider this matter before making this decision? You have to speak up, please.
I'm sorry, yes, sir.
And do you
Hey, Mello.
feel that you were pressured or rushed in any way into doing this?
No, Your Honor.
Did you enter into the agreement to plead guilty voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the agreement states that, as I said, you're going to plead guilty to that charge, and it states that you further understand that the maximum sentence on that is 36 months imprisonment. The minimum is 9 months, and then there are various levels in between those two ranges. There's a fine available of up to $10,000, mandatory fine of $5,000, and a license suspension of 6 months to 5 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I know you are currently on another case, intervention lieu, which I think has been terminated. We're pending sentencing on that. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor.
She been busy.
So, in the event that you should be sentenced to prison in both of these those charges, those sentences could be served consecutively, meaning one after the other, if that's what the court felt was appropriate. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than these two charges, are you facing any felony charges anywhere else?
She going looking at some
Other than
big
the
time.
again, the previous charge that you were on ILC for.
Third degree felony.
Are you on probation, community control, parole, or post-release control for a felony? Under the law, in each of these cases, if you are sentenced to prison, there is, as part of the sentence, the option of the adult parole authority, once you complete the prison term imposed by the judge, to require you to be put under post-release control supervision for a period of up to 2 years, which means you'll be supervised by a parole officer the terms that they set because the court is not involved with that. And if they do that and they think you are in violation, or they find that you are in violation of those conditions, and they can return you to prison, even though you serve the entire term that was set by the court, for an additional period of up to 9 months for any single violation, up to a maximum of half of your prison term that was served for all violations. But if you commit a new felony while under post-release control, then in addition to
If you have a
whatever
link,
sentence
send
the
it
judge
over.
communication imposed
It
upon
wasn't
you,
me though.
the judge could
No
also
problem.
sentence you for committing that violation while under post-release control, in this case, to an additional period of 1 year or whatever time is left on that period of post-release control, whichever is greater. And if that occurred, that would have to serve consecutively the sentence. Understand that.
Welcome
Now,
and enjoy.
under law, I'm not required
See
to
you,
send you
Grigsby.
to prison for these offenses. I can impose what's called community control, which means that instead of going to prison, you would be put under the supervision of probation officer on the term set by the court for a period of up to 5 years. If during the period of time that you were under supervision, the probation department felt that you were not complying, they would file a written allegation of that with the court. You would get a copy of it. You would have a hearing. You'd be entitled to have an attorney to represent you. And if the outcome of the hearing was that you failed to comply, at that
We
time, the court
appreciate
would revoke your community control, and then sentence you, in this case, to 36 months, fine you $10,000, and well, that would be it. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the charge in count 1 alleges that on or about November 22, 2021, in this county, you did knowingly sell or offer to sell methamphetamine, Schedule 2 controlled substance in the vicinity of the school zone, a violation of Section 2925.03A1. That's the charge of aggravated trafficking of methamphetamine.
The school zone goes out a long ways
with
from
the
the school.
penalties that I've just described. Now, do you understand what it is the state has accused you of having done, when, where, and how they alleged you did it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you discussed the nature of the charge, the evidence in the case, possible legal issues in the case, possible defenses you might try to raise at trial, possible outcomes of a trial with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with her advice and competence in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any types of drugs or alcohol at this time?
No, sir.
Are you taking any prescription drugs?
No, sir.
Has anyone threatened you to make you plead guilty here today?
Get well.
Feel better,
Now, on
Mello.
page 2, there's toward the bottom of the page are 4 sentences printed in bold and underlined, which read as follows. Defendant shall enter plea of guilty to count 1. State will dismiss count 2. State defense jointly recommend community control and star. Defendant agrees to pay back my money to the Huntington County Task Force, the amount of $50. Defendant agrees to cooperate fully with the task force. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anyone promise you anything other than that to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Now, under the law, the recommendation of the parties is not binding on the court. And so if you plead guilty, I'm not required to give you community control and
Oh,
star.
neither.
I think that's
Selling
not the right
drugs.
Sentence. I could, in fact, end up sentencing you to prison in each of these 2 cases.
The
with
meth, I
consecutive
believe.
sentences. Plus punishment. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, do you hold any license or certification from any state governmental agency that regulates any occupation or profession?
No, Your Honor.
And you have certain constitutional rights, which understand before I can accept a guilty plea from you. First, you have the right to have counsel. Ms. Burgos was appointed to represent you not for the purpose of working the case out, but provide any defense that's available to you under the law that you would like her to provide. So if you decide you don't want to do this, she'll continue to represent you, including trial, if that's what you want. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, under the Constitution, Ms. Rhoda, you have a right to a jury trial in this matter, in which 12 people would be selected from a group of citizens that live in Highland County that are summoned for jury duty on your trial date. After those 12 were selected, the evidence would be presented. They'd be instructed on the law. That jury then would have to agree by unanimous verdict, meaning all 12 would have to agree as to whether the state proved your guilt.
She gonna
If
get
you
locked
want
up
to
right now
jury
too,
trial,
isn't
you
she?
want to plead guilty,
I think so, because I mean she's got
right to have a jury
this
trial.
sentencing for this plea deal
Yeah.
and another one in another county. So
The judge
they
will-
won't run at the same time. Like he told me, he said they're going to run consecutively. So whatever you get here and whatever you get there,
Now, under the Constitution,
they're going to bump
you have
up.
the right
Oh,
to
damn.
cross the
Oh,
examination
Sarge?
as an open court.
Sarge.
And what that means is that, and you confront them. And what that means is they have to come into court in front of you and your attorney and anyone else. And they must testify. And then after the prosecutor's done asking their questions, your attorney then has the right to cross-examine. And that means that your attorney asks questions that are designed to try to bring out evidence that might help.
Why are we explaining all this and she's already signed the plea deal?
Under the Constitution, Ms. Rhodey, you have the right to use the power of the court to compel or force witnesses to come into court to testify for you, just like the state. So if you have witnesses you're not certain are going to come in voluntarily, at your request, court issues a court order, which is a subpoena that forces those people to come to court, be available to testify if you want them to, even though they don't want to be here, which is the same way the state's witnesses are forced to come into court to testify against you. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, under the Constitution, you have a right to use the, you have a privilege against self-incrimination. What that means is that you cannot be forced to give evidence in this matter at any time, including trial. No one can ever make you testify. The prosecutor can't, the judge can't. You decide. If you decide not to testify, the fact that you did not testify cannot be used against you in any way by any person at any time. No one's even allowed to comment about it, with one exception. That is, if there's a jury trial and you don't testify, the judge instructs the jury, because that is your right, they cannot consider it for any purpose.
Wow. Yeah, that doesn't sound like
Under
that'll
the
work.
Constitution, you are presumed innocent until proven guilty by the state of Ohio on every essential element of the offense charged. What that means is that you're not required to try to prove you're not guilty simply because you've been accused of this offense. In fact, under the law, you don't have to present any evidence at all in your defense. You may, but you're not required to. But whether you do or not, burden of proof will remain upon the state of Ohio.
It's one of those air fresh.
Proof beyond reasonable doubt in every essential element of the offense charged, which is the highest burden of proof that's known under the law. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now, Ms. Rhodey, originally you entered a plea of not guilty, which denied the allegations in the indictment, denied you committed any crime, and then exercised or invoked all of the rights that I've just described for you. Now, if you change your plea from not guilty to guilty, that is a complete opposite of the not guilty plea. The guilty plea admits the allegations in the indictment, admits that they're a crime, that you committed that crime. And that plea waives, gives up all the rights that I've just described for you, except one, your right to have an attorney. You always have a right to have an attorney no matter what your plea. But with that exception, your plea of guilty waives, gives up your right to a jury or court trial. Waives, gives up your right to confront witnesses against you and cross-examine them through your attorney. Waives, gives up your right to use the power of the court to compel or force witnesses to come to court to testify for you, the same as the state. It waives, gives up your right to
beautiful robe,
or your privilege against self-incrimination, because you're saying you're guilty. That's what's used to find you guilty. It waives, gives up your presumption of innocence, because if you say you're guilty, the state's not required to prove you're guilty. It also subjects you to being sentenced immediately by the court. And finally, it waives, gives up any right to file an appeal that you think you may have had prior to this point of the case. Now, should you be sentenced to the maximum sentence or under the certain limited circumstances, you could file an appeal, which would have to be filed within 30 days of your sentencing entry being filed. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Rhodey, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have any questions about the charge and the possible penalty?
No, Your Honor.
You understand it?
Yes.
Any questions about the plea agreement?
No, sir.
You understand it?
Yes.
And again, you understand the recommendation on sentencing is not binding on the court.
What's up, Mikey?
You have any questions about the constitutional rights I've explained to you?
No, Your Honor.
You need to keep your voice up.
No, Your Honor.
All right, you understand them?
Yes, I do.
Do you have any questions about the plea of guilty, what it means, or what the consequences of that will be if you enter it here today?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you'd like to speak with Ms. Barger about before we go any further?
No, Your Honor.
Have any questions about anything that I've explained to you here today?
No, Your Honor.
Then is it your decision to
Well,
withdraw
yeah,
your non-guilty plea?
in my hometown here.
Count one is set forth in this plea agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
And as to the charge which alleges in count one that on or about November 22, 2021 in Highland County, Ohio, you did knowingly sell or offer to sell methamphetamine, a Schedule II controlled substance in the vicinity of a school zone in violation of Section 2925.03A1 of the Ohio Revised Code, a third-degree felony, aggravated trafficking of methamphetamine in the vicinity of a school zone, carrying possible penalty of between 9 and 36 months in the increments provided by law, fine of $10,000, a mandatory fine of $5,000, and a possible license suspension of 6 months to 5 years. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. The court finds that the defendant on this date in open court was advised of all of her constitutional rights, made no intelligent voluntary waiver of the same pursuant to Rule 11. Please accept it or file. The court finds the defendant guilty. Now, we are already in the process of a pre-sentence report. When's our sentencing on the other case? Do you have?
We don't have one.
Don't have one yet.
Currently set.
Yeah.
You're waiting to see what happened with this case.
All right. All right, so we'll go ahead and set sentencing for October, I believe that's 5th at 9 a.m. October 5.
October 5th.
On to be continued. There's a star referral as well. And you see Mr. Arjun over here to the side.
Why don't they go ahead and sentence her now? We just went through all this to accept her plea, but we can't go ahead and sentence her and be done with it?
I mean, I'm sorry for your pre-sentence interview, I should say. You continue to report. I noticed you've been testing positive for THC marijuana, and a lot of people think because we have medical marijuana in the state that means it's can be done when you're on community control. It doesn't mean that at all. It was specifically part of your intervention conditions you not use any controlled substance. Now that you have been found to be in violation of that, but continuing to use that will not help your case. So you need to.
No, you're fine, Doug.
Doug, this whole channel's one giant interruption.
A lot of people think it has medicinal properties. I think that's, yes, the legal term for that would be BS, in my opinion, because scientific evidence is absolutely non-existent as to that. And every person that's in the treatment field will tell you that it is harmful to people that are in recovery, not helpful. So,
Gosh, you're going to get a lecture about pot, I guess, too.
on that.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Because that will have some impact on my decision. All right. See the probation officer, you get your assignment notice from the bailiff. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sierra Wilson.
Gotta admit, these are pretty interesting ones because where is this?
Why is she grabbing her crotch like that?
Common Pleas Court. It doesn't even say. Look.
Yeah, that's weird. Highland County.
Highland County. We'll subscribe.
Of course. Oh, yes. Highland County. How could we forget?
Highland County. They have 466 subs. Highland County. We don't even know the judge's name.
No. We're just running them in and out.
On some really serious shit, though. That's the thing both of those were.
I mean, when you hear school zone, you automatically think, oh, she was dealing drugs at the school. No, I'm basically in a school zone here at my house because I can see the middle school from here, and it extends out very far from the actual school.
22 Sierra 155, State of Ohio versus Teresa Ann Sharp, present for the state. Prosecuting Attorney Collins.
Hey, girl.
It's in Ohio.
King. Present for the defendant's attorney Jacob Wagner. Are you Teresa Ann Sharp?
Yes, sir.
Rocky.
All right, Ms. Sharp's charged with 3 co-defendants in an indictment, joint indictment, 16 counts. She's charging counts 5 through 16.
Huh?
This is a final pretrial. The trial is set for September the 26th. All right. Is discovery complete on this, counsel?
It is complete, Your Honor.
I believe so, Your Honor.
There are no pretrial motions?
Not pertaining to the evidence, Your Honor.
Lots of hints around the court.
Well, Your Honor, if I may.
Where's Waldo?
To answer your question directly, my client was OR'd around the 4th of August of this month, but she had a holder out of Montgomery County. When they came and got her out of Montgomery County, she wasn't released there until the 18th. When she got back here, and I've already yelled at her, she did call my office, but we didn't have a good working number. I don't think she's checked in with probation. We do have an offer from the state that I believe is going to be accepted. I just need to go over with it.
Look at the way she's breathing.
Your Honor. So I guess my question.
She needs a paper bag.
Did she just finish a drum solo?
Or vacate that and set it for a plea date, Your Honor, or if I'll be within the 2-week plea time, I don't know. I'm gone all next week. I just don't want to go against this court's rules, Your Honor.
All right,
She's
well,
fine with the continuance.
Let's do this. Let's go ahead and set it for trial. For a plea on, I better get the calendar. Probably on the 19th. And if there's not a resolution, we'll continue it for like 2 weeks.
Thank you, Dave.
I got a good number now.
All right.
We sexed, Your Honor.
Calendar, Ben.
Guess so, man. She was pumped. Anxiety attack.
Yes. Then we'll have to continue the trial.
It's a big one.
All right.
about to fall over.
Yeah, sorry, not her trial day, it's just a trial day.
No, last
Yeah, I think
lady was the
everything's
one
off
with the
now,
devil's
then.
lettuce.
No, it's not.
19th,
So he's just got 16 charges of something. Prostitution?
Maybe.
let's see.
I don't think her heart can take sex anymore. Though.
No, I don't either. She would die. She'd just fall over dead.
Well, we're having pre-trials next week, right?
She has to wear oxygen during
We'll have-
sex.
Well, Mr. Anderson has been moved.
Good to see you, IMSO.
Nicely, which is your case.
That was pled.
Was it pled? All right. Holsinger, which is Kirk.
No, Holsinger now is somebody else, and she filed a motion to continue.
Okay.
An out-of-town attorney.
Yoakum, which is Hapner, but didn't we continue that for a polygraph?
That's now on the 26th.
Okay.
But she has a pretrial in one case on the 19th.
Who does?
Yoga.
Okay.
And the
Weird
other-
thing though, Creed. It
What
says
about
you can still subscribe.
Oh, you think it's been continued?
It has not yet. but
How?
a continuance motion, a continuance was filed by the new attorney.
Oh, okay.
It was filed the day before yesterday, I think.
All right. Bolton House.
That's that.
Lunsford
next-
Jr. is yours?
Who?
Lunsford Jr., Charles Lunsford
That's
Jr.
pled.
Pled. Christina Gill pled. Stephen Walker. That's Mr. Kirk.
She comes for breakfast, stays
Stephen
there all day.
Walker.
I think that pled.
She hides in the bathroom every once in a while.
Devin Sparks and Josh Framuth, he just pled.
Why are we going over the whole docket?
Mr. Sparks, I set up, I know I just issued a warrant for him yesterday
Notice that.
out of domestic relations court.
To answer your
I
question,
don't
no.
know.
All you perverts.
Trial for
Pushed her
him
into it.
for next Wednesday.
Good job, guys.
So we have, you think Walker's pled?
It was
I think
Mikey. I
Our
didn't do.
calendar shows that we have Sparks, Bolton House, and Holsinger still on the docket for the 19th. For
All right.
trial.
Sparks, Bolton House, and Holsinger.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm trying to remember if I saw that motion yet. Because I,
Oh, Your Honor, Devin Sparks is in our jail.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How'd that happen?
Apparently got arrested.
Oh, maybe he got arrested on our warrant.
Maybe.
Okay. Well, tell the magistrate.
The arrest date says July 19th.
Are we just going through like a giant long list of people?
Yeah,
that-
like, are we reminiscing?
Somebody said he was out on bail.
Are you serious? Like all of her no. I mean, 16 counts though is a lot
So
of
we have
so-
all those three scheduled for pre-trial next Wednesday.
Oh my God, I think you're right, Shelley.
Actually, here, yeah, Yoakum is set for 2:00 pre-trial.
for those that
that
like
day,
shoulders.
in anticipation of the resolution of the case. because
Look at the curves of those shoulders.
Let's go ahead and set this one at 2:30, 19th. And I'll go ahead and grant your continuance to continue the trial date.
How do you have 16 co-defendants?
Sounds like a lot of work.
Well, we can't do it then. It'll have to be October 24th.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Saying
Let's.
that, what I'm saying is this, there'll be a plea on the.
Are they still live over there? With
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, but you're still live.
Let's just jump over there and
Any
see
questions?
what's going on?
Any questions?
No.
All right, good luck. Jimmy Brown.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brown.
So
Hold on, let me see.
Why are they not moving people in and out like they usually do?
Yeah, everybody's
Usually they
got-
let the guy come up to the front and sit.
Yeah, just sitting there. It's weird.
Turn it up just in case. Up, it's all the way. Jimmy Brown. This judge is in no hurry.
He usually moves pretty quick through things.
He's having a hard time licking his thumb. Any licking today?
Jimmy Brown.
No,
Don't stop
you're-
talking. Jimmy Brown, you are charged with a second-degree felony arson charge, first-degree felony engaging in organized crime related to the arson charge,
Mob.
and second-degree felony insurance fraud.
Those aren't charges you hear that often. Insurance fraud. organized crime, arson.
Are you working right now?
Yes, sir.
You got money saved up to help bond you out?
No, sir.
How much you make a month?
Before taxes or after taxes?
Whichever.
After taxes,
Yeah.
like 3,000?
You have friends or family that can help bond you out?
Yes.
And how much money they working with?
I mean, they're gonna try to do their best, but
I haven't looked at their accounts lately, Your Honor.
Your bonds have been recommended at $25,000 each, which is a total of $75,000.
Yikes.
I'm actually going to lower it to $15,000 each so that it's not as expensive for you to bond out. So the total amount of your bonds is $45,000 instead of $75,000. So you are going to need to hire an attorney or a bail bondsman to bond out. Bail bondsman maybe want to do that for $4,500 or so. You have an opportunity to use the phone a little bit to try to make that happen. If you do postpone and get out of jail, Mr. Brown, you are required to report to a supervision officer while your case is pending. So when you get out of jail, you're gonna have a piece of paper with the name and number of a person that you need to contact within 24 hours of your release, and you need to stay in touch with them and report in whenever they require. That's in addition to whatever reporting requirements you might have with a bail bondsman. Understood?
sir,
You want a court-appointed attorney, or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
I want to hire my own lawyer.
Smart man.
You have any questions?
No, sir.
Yes.
Do you have a lawyer already?
No, sir.
Might be a good
All right.
idea.
Is anyone whose name I did not call? What's your name, sir?
Jeremy Cottle.
Mr. Cottle,
Oh, do you know Carol?
you are charged with a Class A misdemeanor assault causing bodily injury to a family
Carol
or
Cottle?
household member.
Uh-oh. Put his hands on
Hold
somebody.
on, let me take a look at something.
Carol Cottle called me at 4:00 in the morning on Facebook the other day. I had to block him. He blew it. Had one chance. He blew it. It's pretty smart though to get your own lawyer. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah.
You're on probation out of Lee County, correct?
Sir.
For 3 felonies?
Yes, sir.
You might get revoked on them 3
You've been doing
felonies.
everything else you're supposed to do on your probation, Mr. Cottle?
Yes, sir.
When's the last time you reported to them?
I reported on the 29th at 9:30 a.m.
So just a couple days ago.
Correct.
If you're a hot chick
with nice boobs, call 1-800 501
LLC. I'm on the road truck driver.
This helps me think.
And how long have you been on probation?
3 years, sir.
3
Cool.
years?
Yes, sir.
It's a real head scratcher.
God bless. Toe tapper niece.
All right, the final decision has not been made on your case, whether you would get a personal bond. Your bond is set at $5,000. A final decision on a personal bond will be made in the next couple of hours. If you do qualify, you'll be released later today. If you don't qualify, you are going to need to hire an attorney or a bail bondsman to get out. Bail bondsman maybe want to do it for $500, be 10%. All right.
Well, I can go ahead and bond out, but I don't want to bond out if I'm going to get a PR bond. You know what I mean? I want to save that money.
No, I understand. Well, then that's what I could tell you then is if you're going to get a personal bond, it will be posted and showing as a personal bond by 5 o'clock this afternoon latest.
Okay.
So if you want to wait and see, you can, and if not, then
We
you can
taking
go ahead and hire a bail
questions?
bondsman, okay?
If it's worth 500 for you.
You need to make sure you show up for all of your court dates. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's crazy, Kay. Please answer this dude's question.
Put your hand down. He's not going to answer your question.
I didn't know about this PR bond thing. Can I get one? Or?
Hey, he said he wanted one. I mean, You can sit around all day.
Do you want
hope
a
you get
court-appointed
one.
attorney or do you want to hire your own lawyer?
Court-appointed.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck. You have a
Court-appointed
question, sir?
attorneys are so busy.
How long is PR? Release? An hour?
What's that?
Oh, never mind. Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, make sure you all show up for all your court dates, obey your bond conditions, stay out of trouble. Yes, sir?
Nice, so, couple hours. What's the bond for, Travis County?
What'd you say?
I can try to bond out on Travis County?
Yeah, you don't have to wait till you're in Gonzales County. You can post bonds on all 3 cases from Travis County.
That was 15,000.
15,000 on the Travis County charge, but you have 25,000 on the motion to revoke your probation out of Gonzales.
No, what I'm saying, I can bond out from here?
Well, if you only post, yeah, you can bond out from here on all 3 things. All right.
Sure.
Good luck, everybody.
You need it.
Good.
Yeah.
Can I ask you why there hasn't been a decision on whether or not to PR bond or not?
Oh, I don't know, because there's
You
50
wanna know
of you,
why?
maybe?
Sir, if I can.
Because I'm still considering it and I haven't made a final decision on it.
Yes, sir.
Nothing, that's basically it.
All right, just because I have people already trying to get me out, because I gotta be at work tomorrow or tonight, really, so I'm just trying to.
Yeah,
I'm
I would
sorry
go
to
ahead and call and
inconvenience
have them go ahead and post bond.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck.
All right, thank you, Judge.
I
He
believe
just gave him a pro tip. He said, "Go ahead and have him post bond." If I was you,
Oh, damn. Well, he has a pretty good idea where that's going then.
Judge
Over to
Tim-
Mr. TP for some common pleas.
please, please, please. Why can't we hear him?
Yeah, somebody's muted.
Is that a standing working desk, or is he just standing for fun?
Just standing for fun, probably. Well, we have a second to see if they've just muted for a second. I'm not sure. Don't forget, coming up next, Thirsty Thursday on We Gotta Chase. Of course, tomorrow, Florida Friday, and then members only at 6:00 East. Got a great video, 16 minutes of raw video of an attraction that opened up and shut down in the same day. And I promise you will enjoy it. I'm not sure why we're muted here. The volume's up. That's them, not us.
Maybe they're really, really don't want us to hear what they're saying. Maybe it's something really bad, like he's talking to her inappropriately.
Look at all these hey nows for the way she stands. I guess looks like she's standing like a mannequin. JCPenney.
Oh, her? Oh no, the other lady.
Case number 17CR33642, the state of Ohio versus Abigail Tarka. Ms. Tarka is
Abigail.
Her counsel, Mr. Schuett.
Ms. Parker don't know.
On behalf of the state of Ohio, we're here on the defendant's application to seal her record. First off, there was a report of probation made. As everyone had an opportunity to review that report.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Mr. Schuett, anything, or Ms. Hyde, anything on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, other than the 2 assaults would not be eligible, but if bifurcated, then the resisting could be sealed. Nothing more than that, Your Honor.
She assaulted somebody?
You want to steal her record?
Bifurcate out the resisting arrest. I think Ms. Tarka has shown that she is exactly why we consider these types of laws in motion. She's had exactly 0 contact with any court, even a parking ticket, from something that happened 5, 6, 7 years ago.
How many?
I understand this is the court's hands are tied from what Columbus has allowed the court to do, but
Is she being propped up, or is she just going to fall backwards the way she stands?
Hey, there's a stick behind her.
3 and have that part of the motion be granted.
Oh,
and
wow.
Continue to watch what comes out of the General Assembly and hope that at some point they consider
Yes.
and
Sorry. So sorry.
to be something that is
Bifurcation. Bifurcate count 1 and count 2. I'm sorry, count.
Right?
1 and count 2, I will bifurcate them into their own case number.
Bifurcate.
The remaining count
Learning new
3,
words
the
today.
court will. The court will find that with regard to that count, the resisting, that the defendant is an eligible offender, that there are no criminal proceedings currently pending against her.
Baba
She
Booey.
had successfully completed the period of rehabilitation that was ordered by the court and has been rehabilitated to the satisfaction of the court, and that the interest of the defendant sealing her record of conviction is not outweighed by any legitimate government need to maintain that record. So what we're going to do is, I usually file these electronically from the bench, and I'm not going to do that today, simply because I have to make sure that that bifurcation of the cases goes down first. So once that's done, we'll put down the entry sealing the resisting charge, and we'll send copies to you. Okay? Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
Congratulations, man. Wait, what?
Got your record sealed. No one will ever know that you did this. Thank God it's not recorded in anywhere.
Good thing there's no video of you knowing,
Bifurcate.
you know.
You
Bifurcate.
bifurcating all over the place.
Bifurcate.
Divide into 2 branches or forks, by the way. Just FYI. Mike, you want to keep going, or I got a little bit of eBay I got to do.
I do too. I have a little eBay. No, I have actually have a video I still need to cut up for later. But before we go, I just wanted to show you, this is what Judge Simpson will be dealing with when he comes back.
Look at the beards happening. Is Daniel doing something bad in the background?
I don't know, but Daniel's got a broken arm.
Oh, there's Daniel. Oh, boy.
Either he's got a broken arm or it could just be a dead arm.
Let's go, baby.
One of the two. Well, hopefully everybody enjoyed the word of the day. We're going to bounce on out of here. We'll be back at 4 or 5 for Thirsty Thursday. All the drunkards, all the people that are out on the streets doing things they shouldn't be because they're under the influence. Make sure you're back for that. Creed, anything else?
No, that's it. See you at 4:05 for We Gotta Chase.
Bye.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm licking it.